Hello, salute your shorts, 2020 friends, family, filmmakers, and all the ships at sea. Great to see you guys. I can't really see you, but we're happy you're seeing us because we've got some awesome filmmakers here, the filmmakers behind the film you've probably just watched. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. Overshare. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Would you mind introducing yourselves and let us know what you did on the film?
Yeah, okay, I'll go first. I'm Michelle Noh, and I wrote, directed, calls.
It's not mine.
I wrote and directed Overshare, and I starred in it with Avi. That's me tossing to you, I guess, Avi.
There you go, perfect.
Yeah, I'm just an actor in the short. Yes, my name's Avi Rothman.
And I'm Daphne Wu. I'm the cinematographer.
Thank you, guys. And Avi, you're not just an actor.
Right. Right.
It was certainly not just an actor, because it felt like a real collaboration, a literally tight collaboration, considering that you were filming in that car for almost the entire thing, which I want to get to. But if you guys could tell me to start off with, how did this, what was the genesis of this collaboration?
I have to say, I love how intuitive you were about that, Hunter, because it's like Avi was really like part of this from the inception. And I mean, even by that, I mean, like I wrote it with Avi in mind, and then we would have rehearsals where we would improvise and stuff. And so, you know, some of what ended up in the film was Avi's improvisation. So yeah, and he really, he introduced me to Lisa Rudin, our producer, and stuff like that. So yeah, I wrote it with us in mind. We talked a lot about it for like months. Yeah, and then we got in there and we rehearsed in a car.
Good. Because you should get this to do it.
And improvised it. My assistant literally like transcribed our audio recordings of rehearsals and stuff, so we would have on paper different incarnations of scenes and stuff.
That's great. Where did you guys originally meet? Did you grow up together, go to class together, work together? What?
Yeah,
Take it away, Michelle.
Yeah, no, Avi and I have known each other since junior high. We went to school together.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we really did. We did like high school theater together and stuff. That was the first thing we used to make together, was theater together.
Yes.
Those are the best friends. That's great. Avi, that was really, I thought you did an incredibly great job of, I think this character could easily have been the classic jerk driver, you know, the obnoxious male in the front, and it really seemed like you came from a sympathetic point of view. And I'm just curious, what was your point of view on this? Where were you coming from?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I think I mentioned that to Michelle when we first kind of read it and just started reading it together. I was like, you know, I just wanted to make the guy likable. You know what I mean? Even though the story's, you know, it's mostly Michelle's story. But I think like the audience, I think if he came off as some kind of like a jerk driver, I just don't feel like maybe the audience obviously wouldn't care about him, but maybe not care about the story as much. You know what I mean? I think if like the two people are just more likable, I think the audience, you know, could just relate to it in a easier way or something like that, and it's probably more enjoyable that way. I would imagine.
That's more interesting, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think on Avi to, you know what I mean, to bring some of that, you know, to bring like, he would be like, what if in this section he talks about, you know, that it's actually not easy, you know, the way people look at him, and you know, his sort of flaky lifestyle and whatever. And Avi, was the right one to lean on for that.
And
yeah, it's tough in a short just to, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you have a feeling of like, or you don't know exactly what's going on with Michelle first, but I was like, oh, maybe we can make this more interesting just to getting a little dive into this guy's life as well. You know what I mean? Where I go, this guy's a kind of three-dimensional character as well, you know? So like that was a cool aspect that we put in the short for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. He left me asking questions. I was like, what did he get a higher education? What is his education?
Right.
Yeah, and those questions that it left you asking were totally from like seeds from Avi. I was definitely like Avi bringing that into the conversation. And that's, I mean, I would like to think that that is the kind of collaborative spirit that we had in every aspect of the film. And it's like, you know, I'm the better for it. We're all the better for it. Like we were able to really pull, you know, from everyone's strengths and talents and points of view.
Well, it's certainly clear because I think the first thing that you notice of this short film is how well it's shot. Cue Daphne. Really, I mean, especially in a short film when budgets are always a consideration and everything like that, the car shots can often feel like you're just shoved into a car with a camera, and I kept being like, where is the camera? How is this happen? And they were really beautiful shots. And I just was hoping you guys could talk a little bit about the process of going through that.
Yeah, well, but that's true though. We were shoved mostly into the car with the camera. So it wasn't, we didn't have a process trailer or anything like that. There was some, you know, hood mounting and things like that. But honestly, for the most part, it was just the camera or me or both kind of shoved into various corners of the car. And I'm so glad we ended up, because I feel like we started off. Sorry, what was that?
Daphne is like pliable and bendy and like.
That was a requirement.
Yeah.
No, I'm so glad we ended up with that car because I feel like it was a smaller car to begin with. Like there, at one point it was meant to be a even smaller sedan, and I was like, oh my god, we're not gonna fit.
Yeah.
But we had like a
pretty. Daphne, like, just be honest with me. This is not happening in a Prius, is it? And she's like,
oh yeah, no, the Prius.
Like I don't think it's what you're gonna want.
But we had a pretty, you know, we built a pretty short camera. Like I had a great camera team, and my gaffer and key grip just kind of either stuffed me into different corners or like rigged the camera in creative ways. And because overall we really didn't have that much rigging budget anyway. It was more creative packing of like Apple boxes and, you know, and a few mounts here and there.
Right.
But yeah, it was awesome.
When you say that, I'm imagining your crew just being like, just push her in a little harder. We got it.
Can you squeeze?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say something that I loved so much about working with Daphne. I mean, I love Daphne's work, but something that I love so much about working with Daphne is she functions so much like me in that we're both planners. Like we're really planners, but then it's like on the day she's so able to just be flexible and I mean, we would be like at lunch and like going through our shot list and being like, you know what? This shot that we did, you know, in the morning actually is going to be more versatile than we thought it would ever be. And it was a better shot than we thought it would be. So you know what? Let's cancel this other shot and let's also prioritize this shot and whatever, and completely like rearranging our schedule and shot list on the fly, because it was just like let's look at what we actually have now and what we're working with. And she's so amazing that way, and her ability to be flexible and think on her feet was amazing.
Yeah, because I think as the story evolves, right, like as we shoot things and we realize, oh, okay, well, this moment worked amazingly, and then this moment maybe we need to change. So that's totally, yeah, I love working that way as well.
And I'm just curious, with the traffic shots, how did that go down? Because that made me nervous.
Sorry. I don't know why my phone, it's like It's on silent and it's ringing on my computer. So.
All right, I have that problem.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay.
No, that is the new Zoom issue. Plenty of people experience that.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me about the traffic scene.
So are you talking about
Like let me pull over and those shots there where I was like, are they stopping traffic? What's happening?
Yeah, that was real. I mean, like in the sense that I was just driving kind of like a maniac on Ventura Boulevard, and we were just able to do that.
So those were not crew members driving behind you?
No, they were. I mean,
they were.
Yeah.
You cut over lanes, dude.
Yeah, there were a couple crew members. There was like 1 or 2 cars, right, guys?
Yeah, there were 3 cars besides the car that Avi was driving, which really was like the picture car. Like there were 3 cars involved in. So on the one hand, it was like sort of highly choreographed.
Yeah.
And we basically had 3 cars blocking traffic and sort of like, then opening up and letting cars go and then whatever. But it was like we kind of would have 3 cars setting up a situation so that Avi would then be like, guys, we gotta do this now. Okay, go. We gotta go. And
there's a lot of traffic.
And then we would just get in as many as we could.
Yeah.
And we would basically, keep rolling and essentially reset and do it again. But I think there was one, Avi, wasn't there one time where it's like we were able to like knock out 3 of those?
I think so. Yeah.
We were just like, we got it.
Yeah. We were pretty lucky. Actually.
Yeah, I think it only took us 1 run through really, because we had the lead car, the follow car,
Yeah.
and then the car that he's actually cutting off was us too. But I think it was just like a stretch of emptiness, and we're like, all right, just roll through it 3 times. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Dig it. Yeah, I allowed for some messiness for sure.
Avi has, I mean, it's like I wrote this with Avi in mind, not even knowing that he has actually a lot of experience in driving while acting in indie films. That I didn't know. And so because I mean there was, he's got that shot on like the hostess tray where he, there's like cyclists, there's cars parked on the side of the road. There's not that much clearance, and we've got this huge hostess tray sticking off the side, and it's Avi's coverage, and he's having to just think about so many things at once. It was so impressive, and I honestly was like, I think this isn't me in my job, because I would have been pretty stressed out, and he was the champ.
Oh, thanks.
That's awesome. Well, congrats you guys on being a part of this festival. It's a great film. I was a part of last year's festival. It's such a joy to be a part of this collaboration. It's really a incredibly curated festival. So to be a part of it, there's a reason why you guys were invited here, because it's a really enjoyable and thought-provoking and relatable film. And I'm just curious, what's next? What does the future hold for each of you? Not like a 5-10 year plan, just like what do you think about next? Besides, I heard there's surfing going on.
Yeah.
I actually, for me, like Overshare is a series idea. So that's what I would love to be. The next thing is figuring out developing that, getting that to development. So yeah. That's that, and then at some point, supposedly my TV job comes back. I don't know, the show that I work on, supposedly coming back in the coming weeks.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's awesome. I guess it is a funny time to be asking what's next.
Yeah.
A blur of days, I believe. Yes. Yeah. Great. Congrats. And Daphne, for you guys?
Yeah, for me, I'm mostly a narrative, so indie features and things like that, which are all, currently postponed. So we'll see what comes back. But just everything that was supposed to happen, I guess, in April and May, and I don't know what month it is currently.
Seriously.
Yeah, more narratives.
Right. Dig it.
Yeah, I'm same. I was supposed to. My friend was directing a feature, and I was involved with it, and he literally canceled it like right before LA shut down. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's gonna bring it back because he's just trying to get like everything sorted out. But if not, I also write, and I definitely want to shoot another short film that I am like in the process of writing, and yeah, hopefully I'll do that when this is all over and done with.
All right, well, here's to it all being over and done with.
Yes.
But until then, enjoy the beaches and congrats on the festival. And yeah, thanks for sharing your work with us, guys. We are very fortunate.
Super honored.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
it's awesome.
Salute Your Shorts Film Festival. We are out.